Welcome back to Just Code It. Today we're going to be creating this app over to the right over here, which allows you to analyze a stock using an LLM. What the app does is it gathers yearly or quarterly financial data and then downloads it with some other information like the general stock information. Then it will print it out a little bit. It gives you the basic information and then it gives you an analysis of the stock based off of the financial reports and a recommendation for what to do. This app is really easy to customize going forward as well. You can just keep adding to it. This is all that it comes back with right now. You can just go ahead and save this and do any more analytics on it that you might want to do. Let's take a look at the quarterly. And it looks like we got the quarterly with a analysis and recommendation. Let's try one more stock just to make sure it works for different ones. And it is thinking, downloading all that information, stock price, income statement and stuff, analysis. Sometimes does this. I don't really know why. And recommendation. Cool. Enough with looking at the app though. Let's actually jump right into coding this thing. The first thing we're going to do is load our environment variables and then set some settings up and define our LLM. Here we're going to use Ollama with Llama 3.2. GPT OSS is also pretty good. And then set our temperature and then our base URL. You can also use OpenAI if you want to, just by swapping these two lines out. The first things we're going to do is load our environment variables like always. Set up our base URL in our Ollama model. Then we're going to set up our LLM. We're using Ollama, but by uncommenting this, you can use OpenAI. Moving down, we're going to start creating our functions that are going to go fetch the data for us. The first one is fetch stock prices. Here, we're just going to use Yahoo Finance and use the ticker, pass it the ticker that's in the box, or that will be in the box. Ticker info, history, and then we're just going to return it all in a JSON object. The next method is a helper function that gets the most recent data. All it does is just iterates over the items and grabs the locate of 0, which is the most recent. We're going to get a ticker again, ticker. Using the ticker, we're going to do stock quarterly, quarterly balance sheet, quarterly income statement, and quarterly cash flow if quarterly is selected. Else, we're going to do stock balance sheet, which is yearly for balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow. This is getting all that information that we're going to pass to the LLM. After getting either quarterly or yearly income statements and financial reports, we're then going to grab the information from it that we want, grabbing it here using operating income, net income, free cash flow, things like that. They're all within these objects when they come back. After defining all the metrics we want to extract, we're then going to return a JSON object with balance sheet, get recent data, and pass it the balance sheet in the item. For all of these, we're also going to return the period, which is either quarterly or yearly down here. Continuing on, we're now going to create a LangGraph state, that initial state, which is going to have ticker, period, price data, financial data, analysis, recommendation, and messages. Even though we are not actually chatting with the chatbot, the LLM or LangGraph sends messages between steps or nodes in the graph. That's why we have these messages here. After creating the state, we're then going to fetch the data using the fetch data node. We're going to grab the ticker and the period from the state, and using that, we're going to do fetch stock price, pass it the ticker, and then fetch financial statements and pass it the ticker and the period. After that, we're going to append to the messages, fetch data for, and then pass it the ticker. This is just keeping track for us where we are in the steps or in the graph. Then we're just going to return the state. Once we fetch the data, we now get to analyze the financial results. This is when we're going to start using the LLM. Also, right here at the very top, if you wanted to use a different LLM for both financial results and recommendations, you can throw one in here instead of above. If you want to use a specialized one for maybe analyzing those results using a more complex agent or a better agent, and then write a recommendation just using a simple agent That's cheap. Since we're not actually doing that though, the first thing we're going to do is set price data to state price data and then financial data, just setting some variables so they're easier to work with. Then we have this long prompt, which I'm not going to read all the way through it, but just pause if you want to take a look at it. What the prompt in short is doing though is giving the LLM the data that it needs and formatting it. We have the company and then we grab the price data and then we got company name, price, market, and then here we're going to pass it the period, balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow. One way you could probably improve this as well is converting these JSON objects into Markdown. LLMs prefer that, but it's annoying to parse, so I didn't do it. Finally, we're just going to give some information on how we want the analysis to happen, give it a limit of 300 words, and tell it to return all this in Markdown. After creating that prompt, we're going to pass it in to the LLM. We're going to set the state analysis equal to the LLM invoke prompt and then grab just the content from the prompt. After that, we're going to, again, append to messages, letting the app know where we are in our graph. Finally, we're going to return the state. We're getting pretty close to being done with the LM part of this. Next up, we have the generate recommendations. It's going to follow the exact same pattern as above. We have this prompt, which explains the recommendation. The only difference here is we're going to pass it our analysis. After it comes up with our recommendation, we're going to set that to the state variable recommendation and then also append another message and return the state. Now we're getting into creating our graph structure. Create stock analysis graph method is going to first create a workflow with the state graph that inherits from the agent state. Then we're going to add our node, which, I forgot to bring this up. So this is the graph structure we're using. We're going to fetch data, analyze financials, and then generate recommendations, just a simple sequence. Nothing crazy here. We're first going to set the fetch data, give it the method, analyze financials, give it the method, generate recommendation, give it the method. Set the entry point to fetch data to analyze, to generate, to end, compile, and then draw the graph. The final method we have is a bit of a beast because it has all of our Streamlit information in it. But here we're just going to set up the Streamlit page with the title and Markdown, create our sidebar. After the title, we're going to set up the sidebar where we're going to do sidebar header, configuration, define ticker to sidebar text input. Default value is Intel and uppercase it. Period, we're going to do period as either yearly or quarterly. Last of all, we have our analyze button, which is just a button and it's the primary color. When that analyze button is clicked, it will initiate this if statement. The if statement will trigger the spinner. When we click this analyze, you see the spinner right here. The spinner is just to let the user know that it's thinking. When that's hit though, the initial state is set. We have the initial state as ticker, period, and then all this other empty information. This has to match that agent state up here. Once we initialize the state, we're then going to create the stock analysis graph. And then using that graph, we're going to invoke the initial state from it. This is actually going to give us the results. After we get the results, we're then going to grab the results message. And these are the messages. If we had an error, we could see what node it failed at. I also just printed all the results here. You could dive into everything that can be returned from the results. Kind of nice for debugging. That is this expander though. Once we got the expander set up, we're going to create 4 tabs. Those are the price data, financials, analysis, and recommendation. Within the first tab, the price data, we're going to set up 3 columns. The first column is going to be current price. Second column is going to be change %. And the third column is going to be market cap, where we're going to do price data, get market cap, and just print it nicely formatted. Tab number 2 is financials. Here we're going to grab the financials for tab 2, which is the financial statements. The first column is going to be made up of the balance sheet, where we're going to grab from the results financial data, get balance sheet. And we're going to enumerate or iterate over those items. And then we're going to ST write them to the screen. Here you can see that right here. We're going to do that for each of the other columns. We're going to do it for income statement and cash flow. Tab number 3 is AI Financial Analyst. We're just going to use ST Markdown, which is a lot like ST Write, but it just handles Markdown a bit better, and pass it the results. Let's actually move to that. Here we get our results from our analysis. And finally, tab 4, we have investment recommendation, and there we have it. Our investment recommendation is just also Markdown again. The last thing we got to do is do name underscore underscore equals main, and then run that main method. And that is the app. Now let's check it. What's a fun stock that we can try out? Let's do Adobe. They haven't been doing too hot lately. Let's do yearly. Let's see why Adobe hasn't been performing that well. Market cap, yes. Financials are balance sheet, yep. The recommendation is a buy, yep, but Adobe is actually down year to date. Adobe is down 20%. It might actually be a good time to buy. They're not going anywhere. Risk level, medium, that makes sense. And bullish sentiment, okay. That is it for this app. What I was thinking about doing, and let me know in the comments down below if you would like me to do this, I kind of want to continue building out this app and do maybe 2 more series with this where we can also add in some graphs, add in some more financial data, have maybe a news tab and add news to the analysis. And then also maybe we could do some other type of machine learning like reinforcement learning or time series analysis to the stock data to help out. Let me know if you think that would be interesting to you. If you have any recommendations, please comment down below. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time.